and welcome to another cooking lesson. Today we're gonna make an old Danish dish which actually comes from Jutland, the western part of Denmark, and also it's said that it's also made in northern Germany and such. But it's called hamburgerryg med grøn langkål, which is basically a sort of cooked ham along with kale mixed with a kind of gravy. So we're gonna make that. It's actually really simple, really delicious, and we're gonna add in some potatoes too, just for the heck of it. I hope you'll enjoy the ride, and I hope I'll be able to actually cook this properly because I've never done it before. As I've said in a previous video, Danish cuisine isn't my strong side, but I'll give it a shot. Enjoy! Here's the list of ingredients. This is for 2 people. We just went overboard with the ham because we're meat lovers, but you can do whatever you like. There's really no strict rule, but this is approximately what you need for 2 people. And the first thing you want to do is to put your ham in a pot. Not too big, it's actually just supposed to fit. So you put it down here, and then you fill it up with water just over the top of the ham. Yep. And you don't want to remove the net because it's supposed to keep it all together. Whee! Like that. See, it's just covering the ham. Okay. And what you want to do is, you don't want to turn it up too high. You want it on a simmering stage, not a boiling one. So, knowing my stove pretty well, I think I will turn mine up to about 5.5, trying with 5 first. And this will boil for about 45 minutes. It's approximately 45 minutes per kilo. So it's just going to stand there until it begins to foam. And then I have to remove the foam and then put a lid on and just let it be for 45 minutes. This is what you want it to look like. It has to simmer but not boil too violently. And as you can see, there's a lot of foam and stuff which you have to remove. I don't quite know why, but you just have to. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's like this. It's pretty disgusting actually. And you would really want a bit bigger pot for this kind of meat. But I don't have one. So this will have to do. And yeah, and then 45 minutes will pass, and then it will be done, and then you'll let it rest in the actual water for like 15-30 minutes. So only when the roast is kind of done and has to rest, then we will start making the grøn langkål and the potatoes. And when it's simmering like this and you've removed the foam, then you put a lid on it and wait for 45 minutes.
Filmer du? Ja. Du er syg, altså.
This is David doing the dishes. Men are useful after all. So now 45 minutes have passed, and I'll take this off now. I actually didn't know my stove as well as I thought I did, because it turned out that it actually had to be set on 1.5 instead of 5.5. My bad. But anyway, we take off the lid. Ouch, hot, hot, hot. And we simply, move this over here and let it sit there for whatever time it takes to make potatoes and the kale gravy.
Jeg ved ikke, hvad jeg skal sige til det danske køkken egentlig.
normalt er der... Altså jeg ved i hvert fald, jeg kunne aldrig drømme om selv at tage på restaurant og bestille dansk mad for eksempel. Det kunne jeg sgu ikke. Men jeg synes dansk mad er sådan okay. Det er okay. I hvert fald når min egen mor laver det. Så er det okay. Men ellers ikke. Så er jeg sgu ikke så meget for det. Eller når min bedste veninde, slyngeveninde, laver det. Hun er også god til at lave mad. Rigtig god til at lave mad.
Tak. Er du sulten?
Jeg er rigtig møghamrende sulten.
Nå. Så er det godt, der snart er mad.
Ja, det er rigtig rart.
Psykopat. So while the potatoes are boiling, I'm gonna try to make the gravy, which is not easy. But I'm gonna try anyway. I'll see how many times I get it wrong. So I'm actually starting a little early. But what we'll need is approximately 2 deciliters of light milk. I've chosen light milk, but you can decide what you want. Full fat, skimmed, whatever. Flour and kale. Of course you would want this to be fresh kale, but we couldn't find any, so I had to settle for frozen. So yeah, I'll start doing that now. I'm a little intimidated, but I'll give it a shot. Wish me luck. Yep, and so I'll need approximately, we'll see how it goes, 1 tablespoon of flour, and I will just put that in there first. I've not heated up the pot yet, so don't worry. And then, according to the recipe, I'm supposed to mix it with the milk and then heat it up, basically. So that's what I'm gonna do after mixing it thoroughly. I don't quite understand why it doesn't need any, you know, butter or something, but the recipe says I don't need to. So yeah, let's give it a go. And now it's actually starting to thicken up nicely, so I'll just have to keep whisking because otherwise it will have lumps and stuff. So when it's gone the right consistency that I want, then I'll put in the kale. And then maybe I'll have to add some more flour and of course salt and pepper. And you're actually supposed to use nutmeg, but I hate nutmeg, so I'm not gonna use it. This looks a little gross. It's not easy. I don't want the milk to burn, but this is taking forever. Damn it. Look, it's turning all green and mushy and kind of disgusting to look at, but I'm telling you, it's nice. I don't actually know why we call it grønlangkål, which kale is in Danish called grønkål, simply green cabbage. But this is grønlangkål, which means green, long kale, which doesn't make any sense, but that's just what this dish is called. So now I'm gonna start to add in some salt and some pepper, and then hopefully it will thicken up even more. And then you'll just have to taste your way to the perfect result, really. So yeah, almost done, almost time to eat. I know David is starving. So now it's heated up good, and I'll just add in a little bit of sugar, which is actually a flavor enhancer, kind of like half of a teaspoon. And I'll just mix that in. I've added a bit more salt as well, and I would think that it's actually done. Looks like kind of like baby food, but it's good. If you like the Viking Danish kitchen sort of thing. Green stuff. So now the roast, or whatever it's called, the ham, has been laying there for quite a while, approximately half an hour. So we will take this out of there, and of course we'll have to remove the net, which kind of holds it together, which isn't easy. Ouch! Just have to peel this off. Look at how beautiful that is. Oops! Well, what do you know, never made this before, so now we'll carve a slice and see if it's actually any good. Oh, that looks perfect. Just like my mom made when I was a little kid. Oh yeah. That is how Hamburg should look like. Proud of myself since this is the first time I've ever made this. Yep. Time for dinner. Do you like it?
Ja, det smager faktisk rigtig godt. Det er varmt. Yum, yum.
I guess that's a thumbs up. David's busy. He's eating. So this is the Danish Hamburg med grøn langkål, which is a kind of smoked ham along with kale in a gravy thing, which is grøn langkål, and potatoes, of course. And bon appetit. I hope you'll try to mimic this maybe and try some Danish cuisine, and if you do, feel free to post me a video response of your endeavors. Now it's time to eat. Thanks for this time. Anubis, hvad synes du om grøn langkål? Anubis, hvad synes du om grøn langkål? Hva? Ja, det er jo grønt, det er jo ikke kattemad. Kan du lide hamburgerryg? Anubis, kan du lide hamburgerryg? Ja, det kan du. Du er så dygtig, er du. Du er da så dygtig.